Hey everybody, welcome back to Knit Case Designs. Here again, James gonna cut our deliciously awesome Spiced Mahogany soap. So I unmolded this last night. I'm just gonna letting it sit out just because I didn't get around to cutting it last night. But you can see how awesome this looks. So we decorated the top with dried hops. The part that they're actually touching the soap will turn a little bit brown, and then you can see all of the particles of the hops that we blended in. Those will also turn brown. Just a general note about botanicals, whatever you put in your soap is going to turn brown. Like, there's not really any way around it. So when I cut this, I'm going to cut it on its side so I can hopefully avoid cutting any of these. I spaced them pretty well, so I don't think it'll be a huge problem. But we'll see. Make sure my cutter is nice and tight. Kind of look here, sort of line things up. And I don't think I'm going to cut into any of my things. Let me see, look at it from the front. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and give her a cut. So cuts like a dream, love that. Here's the inside. So as I mentioned when I made the soap, it is going to turn like a dark brown in here. You can already see kind of a color difference between the outside and the inside. This is a lot lighter. The more exposure it has to the oxygen, like the air, it will begin to turn brown. But this is a deviation from the way I used to make this soap, because like I told you guys last night, I used to make this soap with a swirl in it, so I would leave some of the soap a natural color and allow the fragrance oil to darken it naturally, and then I added Moroccan red clay to the rest of it so that it would be darker on its own because of the fragrance oil, and then also a little darker than that because of the clay. I've since just decided to make it a solid soap because I think it speaks for itself. It's a really great soap. I've used this. It has excellent lather. These little bits of hops just provide just the perfect amount of exfoliation. Like, it's not like an exfoliant like a coffee would be, like a coffee scrub, but it's just like a nice little rub. So just gets that surface layer of dirt, of dead skin off, and feels really nice. And this fragrance is just like, it's smoky, it's sweet, it's very woodsy. The hops adds just a little bit of a bright flavor. Personally, I think hops has kind of a tea smell. That's debatable with people, I've found, but in my opinion, it does have kind of a tea fragrance, which I think is complemented really well with like the kind of sugary notes from the fragrance oil. And I'll definitely provide you with updates as this one begins to change, but right here, that's pretty much it. So I'll cut my small loaf here. Yeah, it's a gorgeous day outside today. I'm really happy to finally have the day off. I've been working 6-day stretches. Well, this is a 6-day stretch. And I'm just ready to be done for the week. So, am I gonna hack into anything? Nope. So, I am gonna hold this forward a little bit, otherwise it's gonna be too tall. And I don't want to hack into the bars. Sometimes this is where a single bar wire cutter would be really handy, but I don't have one. These are just going to be cute little bars. They're roughly the same ounces as the bigger bars, but obviously they're a different shape. So here's like a side by side. So see, they're about probably like a half an inch to an inch wider. But I like the shape of these. I think this is really cool. I've been toying around with what to do with the bars that I get out of the 1 pound molds, because I don't usually make actual like batches in the 1 pound molds. So maybe I'll sell them as like gift boxes or something for like holidays. Not sure yet. At the coffee shop where I sell like physical soaps. We're going to start doing like a soap of the month, so maybe I can make these smaller bars like the soap of the month, and just do like a couple of them at a time. I don't know. We're still working on it. So anywho, I know I mentioned this a couple times in my social media, but these hops came from my friend Mark. I know him. I went to school with his wife Ashley. We shared an office in grad school, and they're wonderful people. But he has a hops farm called Hoppy Trails Hops Farm, and it's just awesome. I've really enjoyed the hops that he sent me. Like, and I mean, you know, it's not that much. Like, he gave me 2 like gallon-sized bags of dried hops, and they have lasted me, like, I think he sent them to me over a year ago, and I think I've made like 4 batches of this soap, something like that. And I'm just now into the second bag. So, I mean, like, this stuff goes pretty far. You don't need a lot. And then Ashley, she is going to be hosting. So she has cystic fibrosis, which is a genetic lung disease. Basically, her body attacks her lung tissue, and it's really not great. But she's a fabulous musician, teacher, person. And she has a nonprofit organization called Breathe Bravely. And I'll see if I can't work a link in on the description box. But I'll be donating some soap to a silent auction for that. So it's they have different things that they do. Like, she has this part of the organization called Sing Spire. So it's these music teachers that come together and they teach singing voice lessons to kids with CF, and it's really inspiring. Singspire, right? But they've got a fundraiser that I'm donating the soap to, so that's gonna be really exciting. I don't know that I can actually go to the fundraiser, but I'm happy to donate, and I think that should be something that everybody, if you make something, you know, that handmade artistry, it really matters to people. Like, how do I want to say that? So, I think people who make things, like makers and creators, can use that sort of platform for doing some real good for other people. And so, for me, making soap is fun, it's artistic, and it produces something that is useful and, you know, a lot of people can get excited about. Everyone loves looking at pretty soap, you know. So I'm happy to be able to kind of contribute to an organization that helps people in a real way, and then I feel part of it. I don't know. It's really nice to do good for other people. So anywho, enough about that. Getting a little offside here. But anywho, so yeah, so this soap is one of my absolute favorites. I'm excited to see the color change. I'm excited to share that with you. And I'm excited to get my shop up and going soon, hopefully before the end of this month. I know I keep saying it like the end of this month. But I really want to make it happen because I really want to start like offering this up to you guys. Anywho, if you got any questions or comments, please throw them in there. I love to hear from you, as you know. If you have any suggestions on things you want me to try or things that you've tried that you think would be fun to see on the channel, let me know. Similarly, if you like the content, just subscribe, like it, share it, comment on it, anything. I just enjoy the engagement. So yeah, I love you all very much. Have a great week, and see you here for the next video. All right, bye.